Good evening, everyone. You're sideways, Mr. Charles.
I am.
Yes.
I'm seeing myself straight up, but I don't know why it's showing me sideways.
Let me see. But good evening, everyone. How's everyone this evening? Welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism. What this is all about is just another way for us to come together, learn, share, support one another. No matter if you're a parent with caring for a loved one on the spectrum, if you're on the spectrum yourself, or you're just curious and want to learn more about autism, you are all welcome. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nita. I am one of the founders of this wonderful establishment that we call Autism and Us. And how this works is you could just throw a question in the chat. If you'd like to ask, if you see a question in the chat and you can answer, feel free or offer suggestions. Again, that's what we're here for, to learn, share, and support one another. Yeah, let me see if I can fix you up, Mr.
Yeah,
Charles.
because I'm looking at me. I'm straight up. I look at my picture here.
Yeah.
So
How's Mr. Charles look to everyone? He's straight. Well, maybe it's my computer. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see what's going on. I don't know.
That's strange. Yeah.
Yeah. Something with the layout here. Okay, yep. Beth says you're straight. Okay. Okay, well, something's going on this end. I look straight and you're sideways. Let me see. Same thing here, here, here. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
anyway, everybody else sees me
Hopefully
straight
it'll
up. So
straighten itself. Yeah.
yeah.
Hopefully. So let's see who's here this evening.
Hi,
Teresa, how are you? And Beth,
Hi,
how
Beth.
are you? There's Tanya.
Hi,
How are
Tanya.
you? Kelly,
Hi, Kelly.
how are you? Me handsome. Hi.
Hi.
Right.
I'm Rita Bogaro.
Yeah, that's kind of Mr. Charles, Mr. Handsome, or Mr. She meant. Okay. Nita, what was right? I don't know. It's making me see things sideways. Making me see things sideways.
Hi, Ted.
Hi, Ted Womack. I believe man done this to our children. Oh, I don't believe that. It may have something to do with it, but that's not what this discussion is about, Mr. Womack. Spanish. Oh, the name is Spanish.
You're either okay. Is that what the
Mr.
name
Charles,
is? Yes.
Mr. Handsome.
All right. Well, thank you, Kelly.
Jaleel, hello. How are you?
And Jay Hill.
Go right ahead, Kelly. You know you are more than welcome. Monique had contacted me earlier and said she had a topic, so maybe she'll come in and share with us. Hi, Candy. How are you? How's Joe doing this evening? Hi, Terry. Welcome in. And please, you guys, as you come in, even if you're not going to stick around or say anything, please show some love by hitting the like or the love button to the live. I'd appreciate it. That just shows us a little support, you know.
Hi, Terry.
Nothing. The video still got me upset. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can talk about that.
What video is this?
Where the young man was kicking his mom. So we have a lot of different viewpoints, which is okay. I shared my thoughts about. Only thing that really got me sad about it. Did you happen to see it, Mr. Charles?
No, I know nothing about it.
Okay, I shared it on my page. But the other thing that got me upset about it is how some people just automatically assumed that the parent wasn't trying or hadn't did anything. And I believe the young man is an adult. He may be uh an adult. So that was the only thing that really upset me because sometimes you could try everything and things can still go left. And then maybe she didn't try anything. Maybe it was an instance where she should have started from him being younger, but we don't know. We don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
And
So yeah,
often,
when you get a chance, view the video, check it out, and you can share your thoughts about it.
yeah, often in these things too, it's, I mean, you're raising a child who's difficult, who poses problems. You don't know how to handle this and that and the other thing, and things just snowball, and you know, I mean, things snowball out of control, and often as a parent, you feel kind of helpless about it. So, I mean, I don't think anybody should be faulting the mom on this.
Right. That's
You
the
know,
first thing a
yeah.
lot of people do is first thing they do is straight to the parents. It's the parents' fault. You can't blame the parents for everything. And you don't know what's going on in that young man's brain. Even had the parent did everything she was supposed to do, there could still be something else going on up here that causes those actions. And it just I guess when I seen a lot of them posts, I see where they're coming from, but the first thing they do is blame, "Oh, she should have did this when he was young." You don't know what she tried to do. And she's doing all she can now to help the young man. Um Credence says, "I got you." Um
High
the
credence.
comment Yes, the comments are crazy. I can't believe what people yeah, and people are so heartless. They are so heartless. There's Monique. Monique,
I'm
did you wanna
Monique.
come up? Or Imma put the link in the chat. People can be so heartless. No kinda empathy, no kinda instead of saying, "Well," or even asked if the parent tried something. "Hey, Matilda, how are you?"
And Matilda.
They said he has not been to school and in a new house. And see, that could have been a trigger. With autism, you got so much going on, and routine. Sameness is important to a lot of our children. Change in scenery could have done that. Anything.
Yeah.
Uh, they don't have running water because of the weather. Yep, and that could be an issue too. Something may be going on. Oh, that's sad. This weather is something else, though, you guys. Kelly says, "How would you prepare your child for an a critical event, such like getting ready for power outages and evacuations, especially with all the weather going on? How do we make them feel safe?" Mr. Charles, can you start with that? And anybody else in the chat, I'm going to see if this sideways is annoying. So let me try to see if I can figure this out.
Yeah. I hope you don't fix yourself and make me sideways for everybody else in the process. But uh, I'd say on this, of course, a lot depends on the child, on the level of the child's ability to comprehend things. One thing, it's important at an early age, with autistic children, with all children, at some point they come to realize that there are some things the parent can't control. But autistic children have more difficulty uh, coming to understand that than most kids do. And so that's one thing, just the fact that there are things that you as the parent cannot control, helping a child to understand that. One thing that can help in some cases, I'm off the can help in some cases, I think is watch the news together. And when news stories come up about natural disasters and so on, ask the child, what's it like for the people living in that situation? What do they have to put up with? And reason them and some of the hardships that they have to go through. And these are things that they can't control. They can't make the weather go away, or they can't make that earthquake not happen, or whatever. And that reasoning, in fact, these are things that happen to people, and something like this might happen to us one day. Hi, Monique.
Hi. I have two different. I have two different like screens.
I noticed the side door of the house, the glass and the door has been broken out.
I hear a background.
I'm muted. I'm up here running my mouth. You got two screens going?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if this
the one you should be worrying about is the one that's on StreamYard. If you have one that's on Facebook, that one should be
They
silent.
both are on ScreenYard. It's
They're
just
both.
one is big and one is small.
Oh, you have the horizontal one showing.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure why I turned it. I thought I turned it off. Yeah, one screen is for supposed to be made for YouTube. Let me see. Yeah, I turned it off, so I'm not sure.
Okay, well, we see you loud and clear anyway, and we hear you loud and clear.
Okay. But what I wanted to talk about is what y'all already started talking about.
Okay.
Because watching that video, when I deal with my son, I feel like a lot of times I feel like I'm the only one that goes through things until I started joining these platforms and seeing that I'm not. And watching what that young man did to his mom, watching his behavior, his meltdown and stuff, I felt like I was there because my son used to attack me all the time.
Okay.
And I kept asking people, I would ask all his doctors, like, why? Why? I'm the one that loves him, right? But when he gets angry, I'm the first person he goes after. I got what I call battle wounds on
From
my
that.
arms and stuff from justice. And I used to cry a lot because, also when he gets upset, he used to say mean things.
Okay.
So as he's attacking, he's using words like "I hate you" and stuff like that, and that would bother.
Of course,
That
yeah.
would bother me. Um, he isn't as he's still violent because,
Okay.
as a matter of fact, his school had to lock down because of him on Friday, and I'm
Wow.
still waiting for the school to give me. I feel like they should have called me. The reason why I know is because I was on the phone with him. I feel like when he gets like that in school, they can't handle him,
Okay.
and he calls me. They don't call me. He calls me.
He calls.
He
Wow.
calls me. And on Friday, he called me, and I just once I answered the FaceTime, I saw he was just crying, and he when he gets that upset, he really can't verbalize what's wrong.
What's what he's feeling.
But he didn't attack them. I don't think. I don't know because, like I said, nobody called me. But he was trying to get away from them. He ran faster than I thought he could run because of the way his cerebral palsy is. I never seen him walk so damn fast trying to get away from these people. Um, he was trying to leave the building, but they locked the school down.
Really?
so that he couldn't leave. So
Couldn't
he
get
was
out.
just walking around. And I'm glad because the last school he was in, they would just let him walk out.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Safety first.
right. So the fact
Mhm.
that they locked it down, I don't have a problem with that because I
Mhm.
know that he's not going to get out. He I'm not going to say if he hit anybody or anything like that because again, they still haven't called me to tell. They didn't even call me to tell me they locked the school down. I was on the phone with him, so I heard them.
Wait, we got.
You know, um,
He asked you this, Monique. Now, seeing that he went through all that, now I've seen a lot of comments from parents blaming the parents, and I just can't stand that. So, what are the things you tried to do for him to help him, get away from this?
so what? So it's hard because in the moment,
Right.
you're getting attacked. Justice is 200 pounds.
Hmm.
His attacks hurt.
Right.
So in the moment, I react to getting hurt.
Of
You
course.
know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
What I started doing is I can actually so like with justice, I don't know about and I'm tearing up. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
With justice,
Understood.
I don't know about anybody else, but I kind of can see when it's coming now. You
Okay.
know, it's like his face. I describe it as this. The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
He's David Banner, and
Hmm.
then he turns into
Yeah.
the
He
Incredible
changed.
Hulk.
Yes.
It's Justice, and then it's the Incredible Hulk.
Wow.
He changes,
Hmm.
and when I see him getting there, now what I do is I walk away.
Okay.
I make sure that like he can't hurt himself, but I
Hmm.
will walk away. Um, he has broken a lot of doors because he
Hmm.
likes slamming. He's broke my garage door. He broke my front
Mm.
door. He likes slamming. His room door is broke, but I refuse to fix it because that's something he do when he gets angry.
Uh-huh.
Like that lady, he used to come at me. My middle daughter was trained in doing those holds.
Okay.
So when he would come at me, um, she would do those holds until he calmed down. We
Okay.
really haven't had to do that um, in a long time. So seeing him this angry at school um, kind of made me wonder what took him there. And it could have been anything. Anything triggers him. And I felt so bad for that lady because it felt like I was in her house.
So
I
what has the doctor said? Have they gave you any reasons? No, it's just they can't unexplainable.
and one day, so two things happens when he gets like this. He it's I explained to a doctor it's like a drug. He gets
Mhm.
real high and then he comes right down and he like crashes. And when he crashes, he either has a seizure. So I never want him to like get like that. I try my best not to let him get like that. He either has a seizure, and then he's um, real emotional, real remorseful. So he starts crying. He's sorry, and he told the doctor last week, 2 weeks ago, that he doesn't understand himself.
Mhm.
He doesn't understand why he
Why
does
he's doing it.
why he does it. He doesn't understand. And I don't understand, so I can't help him. And
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like anybody can tell him, to explain it to him in a way that he will understand. I know that he doesn't mean to do these things.
it just happened.
It just happens.
Mhm.
Um, I seen another TikTok where another lady was handle her issue totally opposite of the way this lady was. And she was real aggressive. She's real aggressive with her son. Well, that approach wouldn't work for me because if I become aggressive, he will get more triggered.
And
And
that's now. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's how DeAndre is not violent. But I've come to real, and I will never say never. One thing I will never do. But when he has his meltdowns, I've learned to just be quiet because
yeah,
if I try to say something, it gets more and more, and he bangs on stuff. He doesn't he doesn't hit me, and like I said, I will never say never, but he does do a lot of banging. And if I say something, it gets louder and worse. And people don't understand that. You could do all you can. You could do all you can, and things can still go left. It's something going up here, and like you said, your son, he doesn't want to do it. It just happens, and no
and
fault of anybody.
it's really heartbreaking. Like for me,
Uh-huh.
it really is. And listening to how upset he was and seeing him so upset and crying. As a matter of fact, he told me he don't want to go back to school. So I don't
Wow.
know what tomorrow morning looks like. So
Okay.
I sent the teachers an email, like, can you please explain to me? Like, I felt like that the communication should have happened after they calmed him down.
Mhm.
They should at least they should have let me know because they don't know. I know the school was locked down. You know what I mean? So at
Right.
least they should have let me know. Well, this was what's going on. This what happened. We had to for the
Oh yeah, they definitely should have let you know.
Uh-huh. I agree. She froze up. Let me see. Is she froze on your end?
Yeah. She is froze. Yeah,
Oh, there
that's
she
correct.
is.
Okay, but I'm saying they definitely should have let you know.
um. So yeah, I don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. Friday, after seeing him, I was on my way shopping, and he called, and it took me about 30 to 45 minutes just to calm him down. Um, Seeing him like that, I cried. I didn't want to see him like that. I didn't. And hearing that they, had to lock down the school for his safety, I cried. I'm like, who wants to know that their child is the cause of the school being locked down? But they did it, and I understand. I truly
Right.
understand. I don't, you know,
Mhm.
because the
Mhm.
other school that would let him walk out, I was telling them off all the time. Why are you letting him walk out? Anything can happen to him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So them locking him
Yep.
down, I don't have a problem with that, but I do want to know what happened to cause him to react the way he react, because that
Mm.
reaction in school hasn't happened in a long time. So to cause him to react like that, I do want to know what happened, you know. And now he's saying he don't want to go to school, so I definitely need to get it figured out, you know.
Now,
Yeah,
is
Um,
he
something
going through
caused him to
any?
do that.
Is he going through any therapy specifically for this reason?
mhm.
Okay. Okay.
He sees a psychologist, and he's going to counseling
Okay.
specifically for this reason.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we pray.
with the insurance, um,
Yeah.
I had to do an appeal because they cut the insurance, so he wasn't in therapy or seeing his last week. What 2 weeks ago was the first time he went back to seeing his psychologist in like 6 months.
Wow.
Because the
Yeah.
insurance cuts and all
Insurance.
that. It's crazy.
Hmm. So, you guys, that, like I was saying before, you could do everything you possibly can. And I think a lot of times, a lot of parents get mixed up when they're having a temper tantrum. These types of things are totally different from them just wanting something. It's something going on up here
Mm-hmm.
that triggers that triggers these responses. And we have to be mindful. Like you said, you seen another mother who, got aggressive with her child. And maybe that works for some.
Right.
Right. Maybe
Mhm.
that technique works, but it's not going to work for everybody because we don't know what's going on up here. And
Right.
I wouldn't get, like I said, I wouldn't get aggressive with DeAndre because I know it's just going to get worse. So I've learned to just sit down and I'm not going to blame myself. The first thing people do is blame the parents. And of no fault of our own, these things happen. Now, I do know when DeAndre's having a temper tantrum, when he just wants something, yeah, I address it then. But, like what can you do? And Justice is crying for help. He wants help. He wants to know what's wrong. So let me see.
Yeah.
Beth says hadn't been through changes at homes and not being in school. I'm sure had him from the other guy, yeah, overwhelmed, moving and everything. He asked to go to the old house school and he wants to shower. He's off his routine, definitely. I'm not sure of what happened. We're talking about aggressive children, our aggressive children. My heart breaks. Nobody knows what the parents have been through, the exhaustion. Exactly, Beth. Nobody knows. I feel for autistic parents. I have a grandson that is autistic, so I watch his parents go through a lot the last 10 years, and sometimes they don't know how to help him. It is so hard since he is nonverbal and aggressive, and at times with his younger sibling, at times who is only one.
Wow. Yeah.
Matilda says, I teach JJ we can we can snuggle to keep warm, show lanterns and hid they work. Told him the good can go outside to keep frozen or cold enough that
The food can go outside.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm reading that all wrong.
Yeah. Well, she said she wrote good, but she meant food. The F and G on the typewriter screen are right next to each other. Those two letters are right next to each other, and on the typewriter keyboard.
Hey Debbie, how are you?
Hi,
Doing
Debbie.
good.
I'm doing great.
Oh, she was letting you know it's a video on I shared a video of a young man having a violent fit with his mom. Kelly says, I can relate to the woman in the video. My son Jeremiah had the same behaviors, hitting, breaking things, running away. I felt like a horrible mother. He would kick my car, try to break my phone. Oh, Kelly. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
ever.
Sometimes for me, my aggression, and I sometimes was aggressive toward my mom, but it was for me, it was an expression of frustration over the fact that I couldn't fit in with my peers socially. And, I just lashed out at whoever was there.
Mm-hmm. Tanya says she has battle scars too. Candy says my son scratched until I put him in intense ABA in center. Okay, so you found something that is working for him. I had child services called because I would have to restrain him. It angered me because I felt like there wasn't any help. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. A lot of us, we just don't, the help is not there. It's not there. Or like Monique said, you find help, but then you have insurance issues. It's always a catch somewhere. Yeah. How old is your son, Monique?
20.
He's 20. Beth says, I think our kids lash out at those who love them because they feel it's a safe place, that we will love them regardless. They just don't know the proper way to vent or can't control it. They know we love them even if they lash out. Yeah.
And I think there's a tendency of people in general to blame someone who's visible over someone they don't see, for whatever is happening to them, and you lash out at whoever's visible, whoever's there,
Right.
versus someone who's not there.
Matilda says, I hate when they don't call to talk to us about a crisis situation. Yes. I'm so sorry what she's going through. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
We are the best advocate. Yes, that's for sure. She says, yes, Hulk. Does he have something like a punching bag, or would that not help? Monique?
No,
No.
he had one. That, no, at that time, I was his punching bag.
Oh boy, that's
Right,
not good.
right. Jeremiah also broke his bedroom door. I had to send him to live with his dad. We were so close and it broke my heart, but I couldn't take it anymore. Understood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you have to
yeah,
worry about your own, your
And see,
own safety.
I can't send justice with nobody because
Right.
his dad died.
Mhm.
yeah. So I mean, it's just you. Yeah,
Hi, Antoniqua. Did I say that right? I hope.
Antoniqua. Yeah, Antoniqua Bradley. Okay. Yeah,
We got to figure out that first what or who is triggering him. Yes,
yeah,
that's the whole thing.
That's the hard
What?
part because for me,
Huh?
everything could. That's the hard part because it's not one thing that triggers him. It's a lot of different little things.
Okay,
Like for
multiple
instance,
things.
yeah, he likes to cook his own food in his um air fryer. Well,
Okay,
yesterday his air fryer, I'm trying to do my kitchen. So his air fryer was placed. It was still being couldn't use. It was still plugged in, but I had to help him because it was where he couldn't reach. So he like that triggered him. He started. He started, and I just was like, okay, you go upstairs, and I'll cook it for you, and I'll bring it to you. And I
mm,
walked away. And
okay,
when I walked away, he walked back up to his room. So and it's like anything. It's not for justice, not everybody else, but for justice. It's
right,
not one specific thing that triggers him.
right.
Anything can trigger him.
Okay. Tanya says definitely hard. Does he attack anyone else besides you, Monique? Did she freeze?
I don't know if she did or not, but
I
she
think
sees
she's.
the
Hello.
question.
Oh, there she is. There she is.
When he's in school, he used to, and I don't know about what happened on Friday because, like I said, they didn't contact me. But he
Okay.
used to um, get aggressive with the teachers. He wears AFOs; those are foot braces, and
Mm.
he used to take his sneakers off and throw them, take his
Oh
braces
wow.
off and throw them. Um, until I started telling the school, well, what I do is before he gets to that point, I just walk away from him. I make sure that he's nothing could hurt him or whatever, and I walk away from him. And so now that's what they do.
Okay.
They walk away so they don't. He had attacked his aide.
Mm.
I don't. I think he bit her, and I happened to be in the school that day. This was like 2 years ago. He attacked her. I think he bit her. Um, and she wanted to call the police on him. And I
Wow.
was so afraid for my son.
Mm.
Like, oh
Oh,
my God, this lady is going to call the police on him. What are they going to do to him?
Right.
Because he's not a child now. He had just turned 18. And I'm like, what? but the school um, um, called me down and told me that they would never call the police on him because they are trained to deal with him. They don't know what happened with this person. Actually, she's no longer at the school, so I don't know what happened. Um, but cause I think they were questioning. He bit her. I think they said like her upper arm. So
Okay.
I was like, well, how was she trying to restrain him? Was she like, you know what I mean? What was
Hmm.
she doing that
Hmm.
he bit her right here? Because that felt like an odd place. You bite your hand or something like that, but to get her right here, like, I had to ask questions about. I'm not condoning it. You
Yes.
know
Right.
what I mean? But
Right.
how did he get her right here? And then she wants to call the police, and it was a big thing. But he hasn't. He gets a behavior chart every day. He has one. It tells me if he's yelling. It's really you know tells me if he's yelling, destroying property, walking out. It has all those things, and it'll tell me. Um, he's been good up until Friday.
Okay.
He's been good, so I don't
Up
know what
until
happened
Friday.
Friday. The things that he was doing, he stopped. I
Um.
don't know.
She's saying, well, are you referring to Monique or the other mom? The other mom is she's searching, well, she has an appointment for a new psychiatrist. And Monique is seeing, they're seeing a
It's
doctor
hard.
now.
It's hard. It's hard to find doctors that he could relate to, that will relate to him, to get him to talk. We found
Okay.
one, and hopefully, this will work out. Because what happens is, I don't know if I said this before. He talks through stuffies,
Okay.
and some doctors aren't patient enough to do that
Ah,
because they feel like, oh, he's 18, he's 19, he's 20. He's too old to have these things, but mentally he's not that age.
right.
You
Right.
know what I mean? And that's
Mm.
what they forget. So some of them don't have the patience to talk. They talk directly to justice, and you know, a lot of times he'll shut down. But
Okay.
the one he's seeing now, like she was really good with him. The first time I've seen him open up to a stranger in a very long time.
Mm.
That's good, yeah, because I mean, they've got to understand, the doctor is worth taking him to, has got to understand that what you said, the fact that you can't expect him to perform in all mental areas up to his physical age.
Mhm. Jordan's dad said that their brains shut down. The kids don't seem to be able to filter their anxieties like we do, right? There's something else, like there's a quote that says they're wired differently, you know?
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
Hmm. Tanya says hard. What they didn't tell you, your son tried to leave the school, and that a lot triggered a lockdown. That's concerning.
Yeah, it seems like something triggered his trying to leave the school too, and that's one of the things that of course, you want to find out.
And I'm
Uh,
so glad that I was on the phone with him because
Mhm.
I was able to calm him down. I was able to have him get his stuffy so I could talk to his stuffy and calm him down. Um, and once he calmed down, they were able to, like, not physically, but they like coaxed him into a room and closed the
Okay.
door. And when they got him into the room, I again heard that the lockdown was over
Okay.
because they had
Yeah.
Justice locked in. Well, he wasn't locked, but he was in
Right.
a room safe.
Safe. He
You
was
know,
somewhere
he
safe.
was safe. Yes,
Yeah. Hmm.
and I stayed on the phone with him that whole time.
School closed tomorrow, so we should be. It's closed in your neck of the woods. The weather, Candy. Yes, outrageous. Who told you they locked the school down if they didn't tell you? She
I
was on.
heard it over. They were over the loudspeaker, so I was talking to him,
Mhm.
trying to get him to calm down, and I heard it over the loudspeaker. They didn't know that I was on the phone with him. Justice carries his phone with him like Linus carries his blanket. That's how Justice has
Yeah.
his phone. He carries his phone. The school doesn't like it, but he carries his phone. And if it wasn't for him calling me, I wouldn't have known about them locking down the school.
Wow. Beth asks, "Is there any med that would help him? I feel bad for him and you."
I felt for for a long time I was against medicine
Mhm.
for a long, long time, and now that he's getting older, his meltdowns have gotten a lot less. But I'm more thinking about medication. What I do is I study.
If you're in the group and you like to join the chat, you would need to click on the actual video that'll bring you to the live chat. Because if you're commenting under the video in the group, we may not see it till after the live is over. Go ahead,
What I
Monique.
what I do is he goes to a um, naturopathic doctor, and
Okay.
he's prescribed or he recommends certain vitamins.
Okay.
And what I've noticed, and I noticed that Friday when I went to check the vitamins, I noticed that he hadn't had any in a week.
So that
And
could be the problem.
I'm thinking that like that was a problem. I was giving it to him in the morning time, but silly me to think that the rest of the adults in the house would give it to him at night when he needed it, you know. So
Hmm.
I have to be more aware of that. I think, some people say that in denial, and I could just be. I think that those vitamins help him. I
Hmm.
I didn't want him on medication at the time because I felt like there's no stopping. Like once you take the medication, you have to continue to take it. And
Hmm.
then also they change their personality. And
Hmm.
to get off topic just a little bit, the reason why I didn't want, because everybody says that he's so sweet and he's so
Okay.
nice and he's so helpful. You understand what I mean?
Mhm. I get
And
it.
um they told me when Justice was born that he didn't have a brain, and so that he would never talk and he would never walk and
What?
he would have no first. That's what they told me, and they wanted me to put him in the hospice and take away his feedings. You understand? So
Oh.
when he
Wow.
started doing things that they said he would never do, I
Mhm.
was totally against medication
I
because I'm like,
understand.
I don't want anything to take away his personality.
Mhm.
You understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
um I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I am considering it now more. Because when I leave, like if something happens to me, my older children um have different. I've given them, the three of them, different things. So one, my daughter that lives with me, she would have him, like she would be his primary caretaker.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And now she has her own child, and she's not as, let's say,
Available for.
patient and available for him.
Mhm.
And so I
Mhm.
don't want to put so much on her head,
Right.
So I am giving medication thought, but I'm not at the
Mhm.
point where I'm gonna say
Mhm.
yes, he's getting
Right.
it.
Well, yeah, that's something for you, and as I've always said, it whatever works for individual parents. Got to do what works for you and how you're feeling. Um, you know, if it's something that helps, it'll help. If not, uh, she was she was top with her son. I don't
Yeah.
understand that one.
Yeah, that one I can't
Um,
decipher.
okay, she just answered that one. Um, when possible, pay out of pocket. Yeah, that's what they want you to do all the time.
That's like when you pay out, when you offer to pay out of pocket, it's like they raise 3 times the
Yeah,
amount. Like the amount they want is, so I try to
Because they
give
know
get
you're paying
justice.
cash.
Right. I tried to get justice um grief therapy when his dad died. I tried to get him grief therapy. The Everybody wasn't taking insurance. Okay, I'm gonna pay out of pocket. The lady told me $1,000 a session. I told her I'll find another way of helping my son get over. I'm not giving you 1,000, and then you want to see him once a week. No, that's crazy.
Wow. Yes, that's 4,000 a month.
Right.
Wow. I would have already been there at the school, my child, my problem.
I
Okay.
I don't drive, and his school is about.
Been
I think it
already.
takes about 20 minutes to get to his school from my house. So that's not. I wanted to. It's not to say that I didn't want to go and get my baby, but I don't drive. And I had nobody home with a car that can get me there.
yeah. You're in Shelton, right? And he's in Ace Academy.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I understand the distance there.
Candy says I saw a lady sitting on her son as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Different approaches,
I
but
had to do that. I had
yeah,
to
different
stop him
approaches.
from attacking. I had to sit on him. Like,
Hmm.
sometimes some things may seem so aggressive, but sometimes you have to do it for your safety. Um, I had the school tell me call the cops, but if I call the cops, then they're gonna want to take him out the home and put him somewhere, and so now that's not going to make the behavior better because you're taking him out
Right.
of
It's
a
gonna
home
make it
with people that
worse.
love him
Yeah.
to a place where nobody knows him, and it's going to make it worse.
Yeah. All my son has to do is get mad. I'm on the way. Yeah, see, different situations and Antoniqua. Yeah, yeah. That's one thing we all say what we're gonna do in situations, but we never know. And then, like Monique says, you
I
have to have
wanted
the
to go get
resources.
him, but I don't
Yeah,
have.
you have
That's the
to
thing.
have the
I wanted to
resources.
go because it was killing me to just wait for the end of the day for him to get home. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
mhm. Um, what is this? Isaiah? Is that I Aisha?
Aisha. That's Aisha.
Okay. Hey, Teresa.
Hello.
Every autistic child is not the same. My son do stuff out of nowhere. I've been through it. My son can be very aggressive. Yes. Yes. They're all different. It's all different. And what works for one might not work for another. So different situations, but it's not never blame yourself because
Yeah.
we don't know what's going on up here with our babies. So don't ever let anybody make you feel like it's your fault that your child is acting that way.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
if you
I can
get
remember
aggressive, then go into defense mode.
I,
Okay.
I can remember a time when the whole psychiatric branch of the medical profession practically worshipped Sigmund Freud, and of course his philosophy was when in doubt, blame the mother. He blamed the mother for just about everything that could go
Everything.
wrong with the child.
It was times I did get back aggressive, but that didn't help. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it just don't work, that approach. But a lot of people think, yeah, you got to make sure you let them know. Sometimes that just makes things worse. I learned that in parent training class. Okay. Oh, if they get aggressive, if you get aggressive, then go into defense mode. Okay. You have to keep yourself safe. Nobody lives your life. Nobody knows your child like you, right? My son is about to be 22 and about to age out of school. Again, my son can be very aggressive at times. He will go hit complete strangers in public, and also he is nonverbal. So let me ask you this, like I asked Monique, um, what does the doctor say, and what types of things have you done to try and help him? I don't know if I don't want to mess up your name. Aisha, is it? I Aisha?
I think it's
Um,
Aisha.
Aisha. Yeah, let us know what type of things have you tried, because we could try and
And I know
try
with
and
like
still
with
won't
just
work.
this behavior, he can never go out by himself. He's gonna
Okay.
always have to have somebody with him. He can't. He's not even to go to work. So like when I was saying that, I was looking for um, a a day center that would
Okay.
help him and take him to work. Now because of Friday, I'm second guessing that. Like, um, nah, he can't. He'll never be able to go out by himself. He,
Mm.
he just can't. To go to work, no, he just can't. You know, the
Yeah.
jobs he was working at in Walmart and Burlington and places like that, you get. I went into a Panero Bread and there was an autistic fella at the doing the cashier. He was a cashier, and not only did the customers treat this young man bad, but his own um the workers, they treated him bad too. I felt so bad for him. Like, yeah, just this kid. I don't know what we're gonna do, but he can't go nowhere by himself.
Yeah, you would definitely have to have somebody, a support person
Hmm.
that's with them. As Jessica says, as a autism single mother, as myself raising two autistic kids, I know it's a challenge, but it's not easy. But I love them so much, right? We love our babies, regardless to what we love them. That's for sure. Yes, because my son dad is actually just now, after 10 years, starting to help. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's good he's finally helping.
Right. It's like walking on eggshells all the time, right? Because you just don't know. There teachers that should not be teachers. That's all I say. Yep, and you're right.
Absolutely.
I've
Yeah,
seen
you are right.
I've seen
I
something that was really bad. A blog, an online blog. This I saw some time ago, and this was run by a teacher who, the blog was filled with sensational and often scatological stories about kids and laughing at things that challenged kids had done and he invited others to come on and make fun of things that kids had done and just really bad showed his attitude and the attitude of others who participated in the blog.
Mm, she's crazy. I kick her ass. Headlock. Okay, must be replying to something. My son came back to me his senior year of high school after several years with with his dad. We had a good year together. My son passed away the next year. I'm
Oh,
so
too bad.
so sorry
Oh,
to hear that,
uh,
Kelly.
yeah, that's really too bad.
Play therapy. Look it up. It helps. Have you tried that? ABA and play therapy? He probably be too old for play therapy,
Yeah, I
right?
think he's too old for play therapy.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
Unless this is considered play therapy when he goes to counseling, to get him to start conversating, they play Uno. And Justice has a collection of different Uno cards. Justice likes to collect things. And so he got Mario Uno cards, Sonic Uno cards, Toy Story Uno cards, you name it, he got them Uno cards. So he takes his Uno cards, and I stay out, and he'll go in with his counselor, and that's
And
how they get their session going.
um, yeah, it's similar to that because you're on their level. You have to let them lead with what they want to use as communication and play. Um, it's more like let them lead. But I think it's really basically for when they're real young as
Mm,
they come up. Yeah. Um, does the school have a safe room space, maybe with like gym mats or something that he can't get hurt, where he can go to calm down?
yes,
Yes.
and he usually. So that's why I need to know what happened on Friday, because he'll usually walk out of class and go in that designated room and calm
Okay.
himself down and go back to class. The fact that he couldn't do that Friday, like the fact that he got so upset,
Mhm,
to want to walk out to school, it just
mhm.
tells me that something, well, what he keeps saying, it's hard for him to express himself when he's angry. What he kept saying is they wouldn't listen to him and they were
Okay.
yelling at him. He kept saying
Oh.
they were yelling at me and they don't believe me. They wouldn't listen to me. These are all the words he was using to me, and they don't like me. And I had to calm him down. And I'm like, well, Justice, they like you. Everybody likes you. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know if they believe them or not because I don't know what happened. You know what
Right.
I mean? But he kept saying, and I kept asking. He kept saying, and this is like the third time. So I'm thinking, because they're not telling me nothing. I'm thinking it's his new aide. He has a new aide, and he
Okay.
hasn't never said anybody yelled at him before this. And
Ah.
the aide looks like she's about his age. You know what
Okay.
I mean? Um,
Mm,
and this is like the third time he has said this. This yelling. I don't like to be yelled at. And I'm like, well, nobody likes to be yelled at. And I'm like, who? But he won't. He never tells me who's
you won't
doing
tell
what. You know what I mean? So
you.
that's why I
Mhm.
was waiting for the school. But since the school ain't tell me nothing, I said I sent them a nice nasty email.
Mm.
Um, and I want to call, like I want to call. I don't want to email back. I want to call. I want to hear you tell me what exactly made my son get like to that point.
Sammy. Right. Says Monique, I eventually pulled my other son Jordan out of school to do homes. Sammy! Home till graduation. Jordan is 20 as well. Okay.
But this is like Justice one, two, third school, and I really like this school. He hadn't had we haven't had good um just I really like this school.
Okay.
Up until this point, I don't have a complaint. You
Okay.
know, like the other school, I said, "Well, let justice walk out." This school locked down. I don't have a complaint about that. I'm really happy that they
Yeah.
locked the school down. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um, this school is like it's run like an actual high school, even though it's for disabled kids. That's what I liked about it too. Justice went on a tour of the school, and he liked it too. They do things. They take them out in the community to work. They let them work inside the school. They do their daily living stuff. You know what I mean? They got their own school newspaper. That
okay.
I was so proud of him. He actually is part of the newspaper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, they do dances, they do proms. It's situated like a regular high school, but it's just a high school for disabled children.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't have a problem with the school. If I did, I would have took him out, but I don't have a problem with the school. I have a problem now because I want to know why they didn't communicate with me on Friday. They had all this happened about 11 happened about 11 o'clock. So they had the rest of the day. I know he calmed down because he never called me back.
Okay.
Right.
So you knew
So
he was okay.
so I knew he was okay once I hung up from him. But
Mm-hmm.
that gave them time to call me to tell me what happened, and they didn't do that. So I
Mm.
don't know who dropped the ball or whatever, but I have every intentions on finding that out tomorrow.
All right. So I'm a little late with these comments, y'all. I'm coming. So medication can help. I was against meds too. I had to give in. Don't feel that meds are helpful with the right doctor. What state are you in? Not promoting in any way, but I do know an autism family that had to try legal THC for violence, and it has helped. Have you thought about THC, the
Yes, and I
CBD?
didn't know. I'm in Connecticut. I didn't know they had it in Connecticut. I
Okay.
knew about something that I saw in 60 Minutes maybe 2 years ago, or something that they do in New York. Um, but I didn't know. I was thinking about it and then thinking to see if I could take him to New York, but I
What
couldn't
is going on?
because of his, But I didn't know that they do that in Connecticut.
Yeah, they do have it in Connecticut. Yeah, in Connecticut, it's legal both for medicine and for recreation.
No,
Not that I
no, I
recommend it
know
for
that.
recreation,
I
but
I know that, but I didn't know like. So I know that a doctor would have to do it, and I didn't know that
Yeah.
they could do that. The doctors can do that for for kids. I had no.
Hmm. He's a miracle.
Yes, he is.
We all adopt him and take turns. Joking. But now my son is off meds and a little better. Well, that's good. That's good. Um, we can all relate. Amen to that. I remember sitting on my son and hold his hands to calm him down. Yep, we have to try different things, right? Different scenarios. Yes, you're saying it right. 24/7 care, they're angels. Hey, Evelyn. Just enjoy watching DeAndre sing and beat it. Yeah, he was telling me to beat it out of his room. A recorder. I have help from my husband and my son under him. And now I found out he loved to watch train buses. And also he had BSC, TSS, and ABA. And now he have like a home care worker that comes and help him and takes him out. Okay, he gets to get some socialization. Yes, my son will always need someone with him to assist him out in public and also still in pull ups. My son father passed, but when he was alive, couldn't accept my son having autism. He also used an AAC iPad for communication, but rather use words. Okay, rather than use words. Well, I'm glad, Aisha, that you got help, and he's able to maintain with assistance, outside of the home. He's a genius. I really didn't like ABA. I felt like it didn't do anything, but his worker that he has now is pretty good with him. Okay, good. Hey, Mona, how are you? You guys make sure you follow Empowerment Social Circle. She's doing big things for our beautiful loved ones on the spectrum.
high empowerment.
Um, my son also get attached, I'm sorry, to his PCA. And if it's someone new, he has a bad day in school. Yeah, change. You're a very smart mom. You got this, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, I agree, Monique. It's
Thank you.
definitely. When it comes to ABA, it depends on the therapist. Some people are so sweet and nice, like my son therapist. Yeah, you have to have your kids, because, like, for me, it worked wonders. and they have to have that chemistry.
So he
Whoever,
gets
yeah,
ABA at home, and
okay.
you're right, it works wonders. But we had to have different ones before we
Oh
got to
wow,
this right
to the
one.
right one. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have that chemistry with the RBT, it works
Mm,
wonderfully well.
mm.
And yeah, with DeAndre, they just clicked right away, and we did in home. And for those of you who are nervous about it, try it in home and test it out, because you're right there, and you can see what's going on. But yeah, it works for some, and for others, it just doesn't work. You know. Hey Danielle, how are you? I'm sorry I missed you all today. Have a wonderful week. You too.
You too, Danielle.
ABA is supposed to be there to help. Ask them to go back there with them so you can see the routine that's being done so you can do it at home as well. Yeah, I did it at home, and after a couple years he did both center base, and then they would go out um to the stores and everything. But always at home first so you can see everything
Yes,
that's going
just
on.
just Justice gets his ABA is at home.
Yeah. That's wonderful about your son's school. Do you think it's his aid that's causing your son's anger, Monique?
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Good
Yeah,
thing.
and that's logical because it's just like
And
in
had his
my
okay.
in the line of work I used to do, where I would fix problems in our software. When a bug came up, we'd all ask what changed. When this thing started going wrong, and that would help us pinpoint where the problem was.
Hmm.
I think that because she's young, because like I said, she looks like she's his age. And I
Okay.
think because she's young and she's new, like,
Right.
um, I think because they trained her and they interviewed her and all of that, and I think she did all the good things to get the job,
Mhm.
right?
And then
Now she
once she
got the
was in
job,
there.
right? Now she got
Hmm.
the job, and it's different. And I can get I try to talk to them so I can get my own feeling about them.
Hmm.
When I have to pick him up early or whatever, and she brings him down, she doesn't communicate. She didn't introduce herself to me. That's a big thing for me.
Oh
So
yeah.
I had to introduce myself. I'm like, hi, I'm Monique. I'm Justice mom, and you are. I mean, I shouldn't have had to do that. You're bringing him to me. You're
Right.
somebody new. You should to me. You should say, I'm so and so. How are
Yep.
you?
Yep.
You know what I
Hmm.
Yeah,
mean? And that didn't happen. They had a Thanksgiving, a fr- family, friends and family Thanksgiving thing.
Hmm.
And he was very excited about it and wanted me to come. So I went. And when I found him, they were walking around the thing. I didn't say anything. I didn't want to interrupt him, right? But once I got there and she saw that I was there, she took that as her opportunity to walk away.
Uh,
Wow. Yeah,
So I
and
so
that's
I
not good.
walked away because my job is not to deal with him, right?
yep.
This is
Yep.
your job. You're supposed to be with him. One, most importantly, because for safety, because he
Yes.
can't walk well. Well,
Mm,
he wasn't in his wheelchair, so by you walking away, that said a lot to me. You know what I
mhm,
mean? And by the time she walked away, he must have felt away because now he no longer wanted to. They were having um, a lunch. He didn't want to do it no more. You know what I mean? They were selling stuff. He didn't want to go with his class to sell stuff. He didn't want to do it anymore. He wanted to go back to the classroom. He told me, "Oh, you could leave." And she did not even take him to the classroom. Right. So that in November, that was my first time like interacting and seeing her. And I think it was like in December, he had a few issues with somebody yelling at him. He
mm,
didn't tell me who. Now we're in January, and as
right.
soon as they get back to school, he has an issue about with somebody yelling at him, but it wasn't bad. But now we come to Friday, and he
And
has
this
this
happened.
blow up. You know, now,
Mhm.
yeah, I absolutely believe it's the way she is
Yeah.
because he hasn't had a problem with any of his aides.
And,
So I
and now here
absolutely,
this happens. And here this happens. And Paul, Ramona says, tell DeAndre I can't wait for him to come to Empowerment Circle so he can bring his guitar and perform. Okay. We're going to start coming. Wait till the weather get a little warmer. We're going to take that drive. We're going to start coming. Definitely. She doesn't have experience, maybe. Or like she said, Tanya, she did all the right things to get her foot in the door. And now she's there. Joe will be 12 years old February 28th. He gets ABA in school. Okay, good, good. We had the same issue with Jordan, CNA, nice person, but not able to handle Jordan. She was young as well. The problem is there isn't anyone that wants the job. Wow.
Yeah.
And Danielle says, document all these incidents. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'm the same way. I have to have David meet all his new teachers when he gets into a new school, no
Okay.
matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to meet him myself because
Yeah.
I know how he gets. He will shut down. He will not talk for weeks.
Okay.
It could take up to a month for him to before he introduces everybody and before he talks.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, everybody. This has been a great discussion. Beautiful. We're past time, but I appreciate each and every one of you. We will continue this discussion, maybe. I'm going to try to get on for a check in and chat, probably do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the afternoon, though. So if you guys are around, I can't say a time. Just check your notifications. um,
Okay.
but I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Again, this was a great conversation, something that needed to be had, as always. Any final thoughts, Mr. Charles?
Just everybody have a great week. Oh, by the way, next Sunday is Super Bowl
Oh,
Sunday.
it
So,
is. So
yeah.
we won't be here. Nope. We won't be on for Super Bowl Sunday. So
See everybody in 2 weeks. Everybody have a great time and hope whatever team you're rooting for wins.
yes. Monique, any final thoughts?
just good night to everybody. Have a good week.
Teresa?
Stay warm and take care of those babies.
All right. Okay, everybody. Good. Have a good rest of the evening. Thank you.
You take care, Monique.
Thank you,
Yes,
you too.
definitely.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.